and now it's actually time to sit down and film, which I guess I'm kind of doing right now, haven't I? Works pretty good. Oh my goodness, editing. Ow! Things are not going my way today. Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I film and edit my videos. So I'm going to be taking you guys along with me today. I'm going to be filming a bunch of things for this video specifically, and then also how the editing process kind of works for me. So yeah, depending on the video, this process kind of differs. So the type of lenses we use, the type of shots we use, how long it takes to film and edit, all this differs depending on the video, but I'm just gonna be taking you guys along with me today just to share with you guys kind of like how my process looks overall. So I just finished getting ready and everything, and also I started writing out like a script kind of for this video. So I thought the first thing we could talk about in this video is kind of like how I plan my videos and just how I get ready for filming in general. I burnt my fingers with the curling iron this morning and it is throbbing right now. Not fun. Okay, so let's talk about planning. So planning my videos, I usually do that about like 1 or 2 days before I actually start filming. I just actually forgot yesterday to do it, so yeah. But today I just quickly wrote down my script that I kind of want to follow for this video. I have two types of videos primarily on my channel. So the one is editing types of videos, so that's when I usually like show how to do something with editing, or you know, just tutorials in general on my phone, and usually that's just a screen recording. And for those videos I feel like I don't usually plan. Every now and again, if it's like a very long tutorial, I'll maybe get like an outline of certain points I want to touch. So for instance, you can see here on my Notion, which is what I use to primarily film and plan my videos. So here you can see this is my like database that I have for video ideas and things like that. So if I'm done with a video, I click on done, but then it kind of just goes away. So it doesn't show anymore, but I'm just going to quickly take that filter off right now. So here you can see all the video that I've already done. So let me just find one that was for, I think it was LumaFusion. Yeah. So here you can see I kind of just had some top points that I wanted to touch on. So that's usually what I do for editing videos, not all the time. Sometimes I just go with the flow and not just work from like the top of my head. Planning videos for hardware videos is again totally different. So here you can see for my MacBook review video, I had a bunch of points that I wanted to go over. So this was like a week before I started filming. I wrote all this down, and then here you can see the full-on script that I kind of wanted to follow for that video. So it's way more organized and just concise. A lot of times what I would also do for hardware videos, if I can find one right now, which one was it? Here you can see my office tour video that I made. So here I have my talking ahead points and what I wanted to say kind of in general. And then I also next to that made like a shot list of things I want to shoot when talking about that specific point. So sometimes I have like the talking point and then the shot I want for that talking point next to each other. So yeah, that's something I also do a lot, is like decide which parts I just want like talking to the camera and which parts I want talking to the camera but have b-roll over it. So that's just also something I do a lot, is decide which shots are A-roll, what is B-roll, things like that. Now I sound very organized when I'm saying this, but a lot of times things like fall through, or I just decide something different when editing. It's not always like very straight to the point and like this is what I'm gonna do and we're not gonna falter from it at all. So a lot of times it's just like improvising on certain things. So that's like usually what I do. I'm not very good at following a script because I feel like I sound robotic when I do that. So yeah, sometimes I follow a script, sometimes I just kind of go with it. It just depends on the video. For me, I really love to have like a plan when I'm going into my videos. So right now we're gonna go to filming. So I have my basic outline here on my Notion. I have my outline, what I kind of want to say, and how I want to go about like filming. And now it's actually time to sit down and film, which I guess I'm kind of doing right now, haven't I? I'm gonna be switching now to my other camera and my older tripod so I can actually show you guys what I usually use, which is what I'm filming on right now. So the quality may be a bit different and the lens is gonna look different. So I'm just gonna quickly switch over to my other camera, and then I'm gonna show you guys kind of the setup that I have when filming my videos, especially like talking videos. Okay, so the audio is also going to be different right now. I don't have the mic on this camera. I have it on this camera. You can't see it right now, but it's right there. So now we're going to be just showing with you guys like how I basically set up. Now my sister's not here right now, but usually she helps me kind of like set up. But I feel like I can do it on my own right now, I think. So first thing I decide is like what I want to do, which side I want to go for. So what look is kind of going to be in this video. So for instance, this side, you can see it's very light and has the cool honeycomb thing there, and yeah, it's just all the more light and everything. And then my side over here, that's my sister's side, just gonna turn you guys here, is it's way more dark and more moody looking, I feel like. So usually when I film here, well, not all the time, but usually I close these to make it even more like dark and moody. It's gonna be very dark right now. So as you can see, it's just way more moody and dark. Sometimes I like that look, especially I think for like hardware videos. A lot of time I use this side, so I think we're gonna go for that side today. Can do this side another day. So yeah, that's the first thing I decide on, is like what kind of look I'm going for the video. Is it gonna be moody or is it gonna be more light? Sometimes I combine the two, but yeah. And also something I also do is I just close these all the way, and then they're kind of like a backdrop. So you just have like this gray background. The lighting is not set up correctly right now for this shot though, but yeah, this also works sometimes if I just want a plain backdrop. I can just close the blinds and this nice backdrop works pretty good. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we're gonna go this side, which is the lighter side. If you want to see this studio makeover and tour, I'll have that in the eye up top for you guys to go check out. So there I show you guys like the whole studio and like how it looks and all that. So yeah, if you want to check that out, link in the eye up top. Damn, that's bright. I feel like you can kind of see what's going on right now. So usually here, okay, so I first turn on the LEDs, so I decide like which color I want to go for. So usually we just I opt for like the orange, and then I have to start setting up like the camera and everything. So usually I sit like here, the camera is usually like right here. It's kind of, let me just move you guys. When filming, the studio turns into a mess because like everything's moved around and everything needs to be spotless wherever you're filming. So yeah, the camera is usually around here, and because of the lens I'm using, it's a Sigma 1.4 aperture lens. So usually we have to put the camera pretty far away to get like everything we want in the shot. So I'm just gonna quickly sit down and just see like what we're working with right now. Usually when I choose the lighter setup, the lighting is pretty good like overall, but usually we have a light coming from there and maybe from here, but with the window here it creates a pretty natural light on your face already. Here you can see the lights here, and there's a light here which you can't really see, but it's there for getting more light on this side of my face. So then I just sit down, hope I'm in focus because my sister's not here right now, and then I can just kind of start recording. Also, when I'm filming, I usually have my phone with me because the notes are on Notion and then it just syncs across my laptop and my phone. So usually I just have my phone with me to get like the notes that I need. So yeah, what I want to talk about now is like my camera and things that I use. So you've seen like the kind of setup, and then I also have like my older camera, which is filming here. So that camera is the Canon 750D, and it has its kit lens on it. So I have the Canon 18 to 55mm on the older Canon lens, and the tripod I have is the Voyager T4000, 3000. It's all on my website. So if you want to go to my website, I have a whole gear page with everything I use, editing, anything I have on there. The website's coming in clutch now. And like I said, I have the Sigma 1.4mm lens on this camera. This is the Canon 90D. I have a whole unboxing on the camera as well as the lens, so if you're gonna check that out, I have a video on it. This lens has been a game changer for me ever since like I bought it, since it just upgrades quality so much. You can see from the different shots, lighting and just like the blurry background, especially for like filming hardware and things like that. It's such a big difference. So I love this lens so much. Sometimes I feel like it's a pain because I can't like zoom in and out as I can with this lens. So here I can just go like zoom all the way in and be like, oh hi, and then just zoom all the way back. But with this lens I can't do that because it's like it has one 30mm like length. It can't zoom in or out. So I forgot to say it's 30mm, by the way. I also sometimes film my phone. I don't do that too much since I have the 2 cameras, but I have my phone I can also film on. I don't usually do that, but taking photos on this thing's really nice. Oh, I also almost forgot like the tripod that I'm using with the Canon 90D. This thing is the best. I absolutely love it. It's so sturdy and just amazing in general. So it's the let me just not get Sirui, I don't know how to pronounce it, Travelers 7A tripod. Also, the mics that I'm using is, okay, I'm gonna need to read this down because it's like it's a mouthful. So it is the Boya BY-WM8 Pro wireless microphones. So I really like these because it's a lapel mic, so it's on me and I can be as far away from the camera as I need to be, but still have the mic real close, because that's the key to great audio. Be as close to the mic as you possibly can. So those are the mics I use. They are very nice and I really like them. And as for the lights I'm using, these are actually, they don't really have like a brand to them. They're pretty cheap lights, so they're just plain studio lights, like I said, and they just have like studio light stands, but they don't have a specific brand to them, so they're not like brand name kind of lights. They're just plain studio lights. You can find them anywhere, I'm pretty sure, any like camera store. So after this type of shot, the A-roll shot where I'm talking to the camera, is when I usually start doing B-roll. Now I'm not gonna go through my B-roll because, like I said, every type of video is different. So now it's time to stop recording and get to editing, which is probably, in my opinion, it's like one of my favorite parts of creating videos is editing. I love it, and it takes a lot of time. It probably takes the longest, but I hate the rough cut. It's so boring. You just sit there, you go through it and take out all the pauses and things, but I guess it's necessary. So now we're gonna get to editing. Okay, now let's get to the editing. So, like I said, it's one of my favorite parts, but it's one of the longest parts. I'm gonna be taking or showing you guys some projects that I just finished. So, like I told you guys already, I have 2 types of videos. I have the editing videos and I have the hardware videos. So each one has a very different type of style of editing. But yeah, editing on average, 5 hours, 6 hours of editing, 5-6 hours. And like I said, I really love it. I need to get my glasses real quick, and I think we should get some coffee or tea. That sounds better, tea, because it's gonna be a long explanation. So we're gonna get my blue light blocking glasses because I need to take care of my eyes because they're terrible, and then some tea, and then we're gonna get started with the editing. They're clean enough. I can see through them. Yeah, they're good. Psych, we're cleaning them. They're not clean enough. I think I mentioned I burned my fingers. It still hurts a lot. And I had to continue, oh my goodness. I had to continue curling my hair because it was halfway done and I couldn't stop. And I had to like curl my hair all on my own with burnt fingers. It was terrible. I really almost fell. It was very scary. Okay, we're back. I got my tea, I got my glasses, and now we're gonna open up Final Cut Pro, I guess. Ow, things are not going my way today. You're gonna be seeing I'm mentioning a lot of the text I use and like the LUTs I use for coloring my videos. I don't know if I'm gonna find them all, like where I downloaded them from. I'm gonna try my best to find them, but I keep forgetting to like save them, you know, when I get them. I forget like to save them. So I'm gonna try to find them. I'm gonna try my best to find them, but not making any promises that I'm gonna find all of them. I'll probably be able to find some, but I don't know if I'm gonna be finding all. So just bear with me. Okay, so you can probably see my computer screen now. Here you'll see I have all my libraries here. So usually I have two libraries open at the same time. I have this library called stock, and then whichever video I'm editing. So stock is where I made all my things that I put over every single video. So you'll see here I have my intro, so I just copy and paste these between projects. So I have my intro here. I have this Instagram thing that I copy and paste, so I don't have to type in all these things every time, because these are from a templates palette, which is Catch the Tuber, YouTube something, their social media thing, and it's the best thing I could have ever found. Like, they have such cute things here. It's really cool. I recommend checking it out if I can find it. Otherwise, you might have to do some searching yourself. I think I just searched like free social media Final Cut Pro plugins. But yeah, these are amazing. I absolutely love them. So I have that here. Then I have my subscribe button, animations, and then I have this Instagram one, and then I have this thumbs up, green screen, and as well as my outro, which has a few things layering each other. So I have all this in this stock project, so I can just quickly copy and paste them, and I don't have to worry about making them from scratch every single time. So I think the first thing I'm going to be going over is like how I edit my editing videos, so with screen recordings and things. So all my graphics, okay, let me just get it here. So here you see I have the screen recording rolling with its background and everything, and then I have a bunch of overlays and things that I like to put over. So how I go about editing videos. The first thing I do is I make this background. So here you can see I have this background here, which usually has like some blurred image at the back with some text of like what the video is about. I do all this in Photoshop. I have the photography plan, so that includes Photoshop and Lightroom, because that's all I need. I'm not interested in using Premiere or anything, so I just have the photography plan. This is the best investment ever. I love Photoshop. So here you can see what this looks like. This is after doing like the thumbnail. So I'm just gonna take these layers away. So usually this is what it looks like when I export it. So I get all my text on here, my icons and everything. Then I do that, and then I export this and import it into my project. And all of this, the screen recording, the iPhone PNG, and the background are all a compound clip. So if you don't know what a compound clip is, so here you can see I have these 3 layers. So I don't cut anything. I import the bottom layer, the background, then I import the screen recording, which usually has a shape mask over it so that it fills, because if I don't have a shape mask over it, you'll see here at the sides, you can see the corners sticking out. So the shape mask just helps hide those so it fits more to the screen. And then I have the iPhone PNG over it. So you can see it's all separate clips that I put over. And then you just select all 3, right click, and then select new compound clip. So that's what you do, and then it looks like one clip in your timeline and not 3 different clips that you need to cut, because then I just start with the rough cut, and it's just easier when I have them all in a compound clip and then just cut through them. And then once I'm done with the rough cut, because that's like the longest part I feel like with editing videos, because my editing videos can be long sometimes. Yeah, so after I'm done with the rough cut, I add all my additional things, because I don't want to just have like it plain. I want to do something that makes it stand out a bit more and makes it more interactive for the viewer. So different things I do is obviously I add in my little social media things, and then also, as you can see here, I have this thing here, which is a magnifying glass, which kind of emphasizes certain parts. So that is an effect that I got somewhere. I downloaded somewhere, magnifier 111, so 3. So it just helps emphasize certain parts. So if something's a little hard to see, because that's sometimes a problem because screen recordings are only so big, I zoom in so people can clearly see what I'm talking about. I love doing that. Also, something I love adding into my screen recording or my editing video, sorry, is these green screens. So here you can see I have this little mouse up here, and that's a green screen so that people can clearly see where I'm tapping if I'm not showing it with my assistive touch on my iPhone screen, which I always have on to show people kind of like where I touch. But if I don't show, I click with the animated mouse click thing, so that there's no misconceptions, because that's a hard thing to do when screen recording. They can't see your fingers moving on your screen, so sometimes it's just helpful to add other things to make them like see where you're clicking exactly. So that's also something I add over in editing. And I feel like that's it. I just add the additional graphics and effects, and then maybe background music. I don't do background music every single time. If I feel like I need some, I do, but otherwise I don't. And then I just add in the intro and the outro and the end. And that's basically it for my editing videos. So in a nutshell, I import the background, the screen recording, and the iPhone PNG, those three things, and I make them into a compound clip, make the rough cut, and then add the additional graphics and things. And then I'm done with the editing. So now for more complicated videos such as my MacBook review. Let's go to that review. This is what the project looked like for that video. It took a long time to edit. This style of doing things, I got inspiration from MKBHD. So he had a course on Skillshare, which was about like how he edits and films his videos, and he mentioned the J cut, and I've seen people mention it, but I never really knew how to do it. But then I saw he had this gray bar here, which is if you tap on a clip and you can just say lift from storyline, then it just creates this gray bar. So then I did that, and then I did the J cut, which is basically letting one clip flow over to the other, like so. So the audio of this clip starts while this clip is still showing. So it just helps flow the video more. I tried it for the first time in this video. So you don't have to do this. This is just like what I tried for this video. But I only will do this for hardware videos, not for editing. That would take too much time because there's a lot of splitting, cutting, and editing videos. So I tried that, so that's why it's all stacked up so high, because it just keeps going over each other. So to put this easier for you guys, because this looks like a lot, what I do is I first just place my clips and then I do the rough cut. So whether it's with J cuts or just regular cuts, I do the rough cut. I'm getting ahead of myself. I import my video. I color grade first, because I don't want to copy and paste the color effects every single time. Here you can see the before, the after. So it makes a big difference, the color grading. And that is like what I did first. I added a LUT, which is orange dolphin. I'll try to find this LUT pack. I don't know where I'm gonna find it, but I'll try to. So this is the one I always like to use over my videos. So that was my A-roll clip where I was talking to the camera, and then I just started cutting that and getting all my points out of the way. And then after I'm done with my rough cut, I decide, okay, where I'm gonna place each B-roll clip. So in planning, I usually already gave myself like a pretty good idea where I want which B-roll clip to go. But like I said before, that usually changes sometimes when I get to editing. So then I just decide, okay, so I'm talking about this, so let me add this. So I reference in this video a lot of old videos, so I just added some screen recordings with an effect which you can get on Final Cut Pro. It's called the callback. I always search things. Photo recall. I always like to use that when referencing like older things or just adding like a quick clip over myself. So that's that. And then I also take clips. So this was a clip from an old video that I did long ago about I think Apple Arcade, but I just still had the clip on my hard drive. So here I was talking about my iPad. This is color correction though. Look at this. I added a color or a LUT that turned the purple into blue. It looks so, I was so proud of this. Okay, give me my moment. So yeah, I just go through, decide which clips I want where. I have a lot of screenshots here. Here are some other clips. I stabilize the heck out of these clips because my camera is not stable whatsoever and I don't have like a gimbal or anything. Then also I make a lot of things in Photoshop. I just place over everything, okay? you can make this as simple as you want. I just place my B-roll wherever I want, and then also place text where I feel like I need to add text. Also with a rough cut, I like adding those zoom-ins, which make for comedic effect, I feel like. I've mentioned this before, but I don't always have like the personality or the mood to be fun and cheerful and funny. So those sometimes help just add a little lightheartedness to your videos. Here in the text area is where I have most of my effects. So let me just see. Catch the Tuber I mentioned. So these are all those social media kind of titles that you can use. Then I have M Behavior Basics, which are from Motion Effects, the website. They're free. M-Cam Rig is, I'm gonna put it on the screen now. It kind of makes a zoom in. This one is cool though for Instagram, so you can add like your handle over you. These are the ones I use the most for editing hardware videos. So these are little call outs. So for instance, here you can see when I mentioned the ports and everything on my Mac, I have here those things pop up. But yeah, those are callouts that I like to use. This SVM 2K freebie, 20K freebie is also a pretty cool one that I got off YouTube. I just searched a bunch of like free Final Cut Pro title plugins. This one is also pretty cool. So you have a bunch of cool little animations that come up with these. So those are all my titles that I like to use. As for effects and transitions, so I like the photo recall one, I've already said. I also like bad TV. It creates cool transitions sometimes, so if I want to have like a glitch effect, the bad TV one is also really nice to use. Here is the magnifier that I mentioned earlier with my editing videos. And then transitions is, I have two transitions that I always use. So here you can see them. This one, here you can see it. It looks like a scribble effect that goes over, so it's kind of like rubbing it over. And then for the out transition, I always use this one, which looks like a liquid thing. I find those just look cool. I really like those. So these are from this pack here, this transition pack. So it's called, oh, this is the one with the brush. Here you can see like it kind of brushes over. 13 Final Cut Pro templates continue. I can't read the rest. Why can't I read the rest? Continued by Eduardo. I'll try to find it. That's the brush one. And then I have SVM free drippy transitions. Now this one is the one like I just showed you guys that I really like, and I feel like it looks pretty cool when going out of a clip. I never use it as all like as a going into a clip, usually just going out, because it just, especially with the contrast between my clips. So a lot of times it's more like moody and then it goes to the light clip, so I feel like it looks cool. So those are the transitions I use. There's also these transitions which I've used. So these are Lucas Erickson's smooth transitions. You can find them on his channel and his website, I'm pretty sure. So these are also really cool. I really like these. So don't be intimidated by the way this looks. Just do a regular rough cut if you want. You don't need to do the J cut. It's sometimes it got hard sometimes, especially if I wanted to add something in again at the beginning. It's not like the easiest thing. Let's take it into a general overview. So yeah, I have my LUT that I add for color correction, or you can use whatever type of color correction you want to use. I add my color correction, I do the rough cut, I add in my B-roll shots and my text and all my effects and everything, and then I export. So like I said, this MacBook review is such an intense edit. It was intense for me to edit. So this is probably not like the best to show like people who are kind of new to Final Cut Pro how I edit. But if you're wondering, this is how I did that. I feel like I'm terrible at explaining this. So, okay, I think I'm done. I'm not gonna explain more because then it's gonna get too long and you guys are gonna get bored and confused and whatever. So that's it. That is how I edit my videos on Final Cut Pro. I love this editing software. It's made me challenge myself more when editing because I got in like a rut of just getting used to whatever I'm doing. But I hope you guys found this video interesting and not too confusing. I really enjoyed making this and telling you guys how I do this. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and comment down below any other questions you might have for me about like my filming or my editing or something I forgot to mention about it. Leave a comment down below and I'll try to reply to you. And definitely subscribe. I've been seeing like over 98% of you guys aren't subscribed yet, so definitely subscribe and click on the video to see my previously uploaded video, and click on the playlist to see all of my other like editing types of videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.